So I've released today this free mini course where I take one of my existing pages on my site, my About Us page. It was a bit dated, the content was not up to date. It was built with Thrive Architect roughly 2 years ago, and I've now rebuilt it with the theme builder, with the new page blocks, with the theme builder, and it's definitely better looking. The colors are more consistent, just more modern. I've added some images and things to brighten things up. So overall, much better page. And I've recorded the whole process. It took roughly 4 hours. I am a designer, so that's you have to take that into account. But I've recorded everything. It's unedited. It's raw, and I go through the whole process and I talk over the decisions I make, the tools I use. I could have gone in definitely more depth because I do have this deep knowledge of Thrive, but I think if you have some basic knowledge of Thrive Architect, you should learn quite a bit from a process. And I think this format can be very interesting as well, so you can see from start to finish. So if you're interested, it's free. You can go to courses.thrivemate.com. There is a link somewhere around this video, and it's the first one, course one here, rebuilding a live About Us page. You can click on it, and you will be able to. So I've already created an account on this test browser here, but basically just create an account and then you'll be able to start. You'll have an introduction, and then it's divided in 4 days. It was actually recorded over 4 days. That's my process. It's very hard to design something in one day, so you'll see that I spend, I believe, it's roughly an hour per day. It's 4 days, so it's roughly an hour per day. And so you see, I start with critiquing my old About Us page, what I like, what I don't like, and things that I can improve. And I think you should be able to learn, from that as well. I talk about finding inspiration online through various sites, and then I start the process of building with the theme builder from Thrive and Thrive Architect. So that's the first day. Second day, I add more page sections, more images. I show you the process of image selection and my thought process as a designer on why picking one. And you'll see I've picked two and I was not too sure, and I thought of having multiple images. At the end, I've just picked one. So you'll see my raw, unfiltered process of trying things out, and at the end coming up with a version. The day number 3, I add testimonials and I polish the page. There was a technical glitch as well. I've kept on recording and you will see it. The logo disappeared, and you'll see my take on it, my process of fixing the problem. Things do happen sometimes, and basically it's uncut. And day number 4, I make it responsive, and because of my knowledge, for me, making it responsive is making minor adjustments in terms of padding, font size, margins, and if you follow some best practices, if you learn about some best practices, then making things responsive typically is an easy process if you do things right on the desktop form. So I'll share some of my knowledge there. And then the last thing is switching the page, the new About Us page, to make it live on the site. There is a comment section under each videos, so you can leave a comment if something is not clear, or if you have a question, or or ask me why did you do this versus this. So I'm very interested to know your take. I'll do my best to give you some type of insights when I can. And just so you know, it's uncut, so there will be places where I'm thinking out loud, and my English is not perfect, and there will be things that might be hard to understand. If you're learning about Thrive or learning about design, there will be things that might be confusing. It's not a beginner course. It's not where I'm starting from scratch and I explain everything. It's more of a intermediate course, but I think it might be useful for a lot of you. And the goal with this course, so it's free, so I wanted to release it for free. And I know for some of you, you prefer something more of a beginner course, and that's planned as well. That's my goal, is to release some courses. I can't do everything for free, unfortunately, but I want to release some premium courses and along with some coaching. So it's not only me teaching, but it's me teaching, and then you have the chance to work on your own website, and I can jump in and give you comments on your own website. Yeah, so if you're interested, just go to the link or courses.thrivemate.com, click Start Course, create a free account, and you'll get started. If you want to give me feedback, I'm looking forward to them, the good and the bad, and what can be improved, what you understand, where, maybe what you would like to learn as well. And the idea is to help the community with some free content, with some paid courses and coaching. I do one-on-one. I've taught a lot of people about Thrive Teams over the last 4.5 years, but typically it's one-on-one, and it's much easier because when it's one-on-one, I know where people are, and I can really teach them what they want. So in this format, it's a bit different, but eventually that's what I want to do: more coaching and more training, and try. Really, the goal is not for me to teach for teaching, but really to help you build businesses online. I've had a lot of successful clients in the last 4.5 years. Lots of clients that I've built stuff for, where they got stuck at the promotion level, or they got stuck at all sort of places. So I've seen a lot of, I've helped a lot of people struggling, a lot of people very successful. I've learned from all of that, actually. I've learned about design. I was not a designer 4.5 years ago. I've learned it by doing it. So I think I can, you should be able to learn from me, from the free stuff, from the paid stuff in the future as well. So if you're interested, go create an account, and I'll see you on the inside.